Tracy, the natural birth queen, and you guys have had a lot of questions about unassisted birth. So what better way to invite a mom who just gave birth unassisted so that we can chat with and answer some of you guys' burning questions. So without further ado, let's welcome Ebony. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
So nice to like actually meet you, because I've seen your videos.
Yeah. It's so nice to see your face too, because I've seen your birth.
You're right. Yeah, this is little Luna.
Hi, Luna. How old is she now?
She is, I think, a month and a week. Yeah.
Wow. So fresh, so new. How is she doing with feeding and everything?
She's doing actually pretty good. She didn't latch at first, which my first did the same. And I was kind of worried about that. I do pump, but she's actually a lot better with breastfeeding now.
Wow. So how many kids do you have?
I have just two. I have a toddler. She just turned 2 August 27th. So I had her 2 weeks before her second birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite busy.
Yeah, that is busy. The 2-year gap is good though.
I think so too. That's what we wanted. We want them to be at least close enough, because me and my brother are 2 years apart as well. So
yeah,
I
like 2 years too. And where are you from?
I'm actually from Michigan, but I live in Tennessee.
Okay, and you gave birth in Tennessee?
I did, for both of them. Mm-hmm.
Why did you decide to have an unassisted birth?
Well, I don't think I planned on an unassisted one. It just kind of happened that way. I was looking for midwives, but in my area, they didn't take my insurance. The midwives that I actually wanted didn't take a VBAC as well. Okay. So a couple didn't take my insurance, a couple didn't take me as a VBAC. So I was kind of in a rock and a hard place. So I ended up just going to regular doctor's appointments, and then just to make sure that she was okay. I didn't have a high risk pregnancy, and she was already head down. So I was happy that I didn't have to turn her or anything like that. And then I had my mom with me, so I felt more comfortable having an unassisted with my mom. She had 15 years of medical care, so I felt more comfortable that way. Started to have the contractions like 2:30 in the morning, and my mom actually was there the day before, so she spent the night every night to be there with me. Yeah.
Wow. And did she have any like fears at all with you having an unassisted birth, or was she all on board?
She was all on board. Yes, I actually wanted to have one with my first, and she was there with me as well, but I ended up having a C-section. But no, she was absolutely on board. She was there, just whatever I wanted to do, she was there. So I was happy about that.
That's good. I'm glad you had that support system, because some moms, when they want to have unassisted birth, there's always someone challenging them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So why did you decide to film it? Because now you're taking it to a next step.
Exactly. I wanted other moms to basically, like what I did, I researched. I wanted to see how it might be for me, and especially an unassisted, a VBAC, which I don't think I've seen. I think I saw one video of yours where there was an unassisted VBAC, I think, that you posted. But there's not that many that I saw on YouTube. So I wanted at least somebody who had the same experience as me to be like, okay, I can have an unassisted or with a midwife after a VBAC.
Like, what were you mostly scared of, and how did you overcome it?
Things not going the way I planned it, because I did plan for a home birth with my first, and I ended up being induced with my first. I had an epidural with my first, and I had a C-section. So everything that I planned for with my first did not happen. So I wanted to make sure that everything basically did go my way the second time around. I think I was just more scared that there would be complications, which there wasn't. I was so happy about that. So that, yeah, just more of just complications, and then having to rush to the hospital, and then dealing with the hospital.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips you would say for planning an unassisted birth after a VBAC, or?
Yeah, I think just oh, she's got my hair. Prepare, I think just mentally, watch as much videos as you can. I think if you know people who have had an unassisted birth, talk with them, get more comfortable with the thought of I can do this myself, you know, instead of feeling the need to just rush to the hospital, which I don't, you know, I don't down moms who do that, but I think if we did it way back then we can do it now, you know.
Woohoo! Okay, so were you pushing the baby or were you breathing the baby down?
So I actually just talked to my mom before the call and I asked her, I was like, did I breathe her down or did I push her? And because it all kind of just happened so fast. I had a camera with a tripod set up to record the whole thing, and my camera, I think, either died or just turned off. So it actually didn't show what happened beforehand.
Mm.
I actually threw up, and me throwing up actually caused my water to break. I felt the pop of the water breaking, and then I actually felt her. I felt her like go down the canal, I guess you could say. So I felt her drop, and then I was like, okay, she's coming. And then so I actually got into the crouching position that was in the video, and I think I breathed in between contractions, and then I pushed her. I think my body was doing what it was supposed to, and I was just kind of going along with it. So I think I pushed and I breathed, if that makes sense.
I love that combination because it's really hard to not push when
Yes,
your mom's giving you the urges to.
exactly.
How was that experience for you? The ring of fire, what did it feel like?
No, I don't think there were any complications. I felt her turn, and then I felt her head. I pushed her out and then I put her on my chest. I didn't feel, I mean, obviously it did hurt, but I don't think there were any complications at all. The only thing, I said it to you. The only thing that did happen, I noticed where there were kind of, her eyes were red. The whites of her eyes were red. I'm not sure what that was, but it did go away. I looked it up and it said it's more of trauma that happens during the delivery.
Yes.
But other than that, everything was fine, and I was so happy about it.
Yeah. Sometimes it does happen when their heads are like forming and squeezing through the birth canal.
Exactly.
Even if moms, sometimes if we push a bit too hard.
Yes. Or too soon.
Yeah. But it went away, right?
It did. No, yeah. I checked every day. Her eyes got better and better, and now her eyes are perfectly fine. Yeah.
It goes from like a red to a yellow to like
yes.
yes.
Yeah. And my husband was more concerned because we didn't have this problem with my first. So he was like, is she blind? Is she okay? And I was like, well, just let it, you know, day by day, we'll just see what happens. And then it just went away. So
did you apply for a birth certificate? How did you go about that process?
I actually haven't done that yet. I did call and ask. I said, hey, you know, I had a home birth. What do I do about going about getting a birth certificate? And they did say I can come in whenever. I don't have like a set time of when I actually have to get it. But I've just been so busy because my daughter had her second birthday. So I'm trying to get things back into a normal day-to-day routine. So I haven't gotten it yet, but I am getting it very soon.
Okay. I was wondering, I didn't know that because I know that a lot of moms, they struggle with that process, especially if they don't do it soon. I always recommend sooner than later, but some moms don't really want a birth certificate.
Yeah, I don't really like the idea of, I guess,
being in the system.
Yeah. And she's not in the system right now, but I guess with everything like getting a job, you need Social Security, you need a birth certificate. But my kids are actually going to be homeschooled, so it doesn't even really matter if they have one.
I get it. I hear you loud and clear. What about your placenta? How long after your birth was it delivered?
I want to say 2 to 5 minutes. I did sit there for a little minute holding her. And then it came out, yeah, because my mom, she was like ready to like get me out the tub and then, you know, measure her, and then weigh her and stuff like that. So it happened within like 5 minutes. Yeah.
That's really good. And that's really good for moms to hear, because when they're planning an unassisted birth, they sometimes wonder, okay, so what's going to happen with the placenta? Because they usually don't even do that part. Someone just really helps them through it, right?
Exactly. I pushed it out and then it actually kind of got stuck a little bit. So I had to like tug on it. It didn't actually I didn't push it out, I guess. I just sort of like helped it along because it was stuck in there, and then it did hurt because I had just, gave birth to her.
But stuck in there, I mean, 2 to 5 minutes, I don't even know if that's considered stuck.
Right, I know.
Amazing. And then what did you do with it afterwards?
So we did keep the placenta attached. We didn't cut the cord. We overnight, so I had her about 10:20 at night. So overnight it was attached, and then in the morning, it was in a Ziploc bag. I didn't have anything really to put it in. And I was worried about it leaking or just getting everywhere. So after all of the like healthy stuff, all the nutrients got in her, we did cut the cord. I wanted a lotus birth, with just keeping it on until it fell off, but I didn't have anything for the placenta to be in. So that's probably the only reason why we didn't have a lotus birth.
I really like that you kept it until the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's super beneficial, because if it starts to dry out, there's nothing going in the cord anymore, and it really starts to dry within like 24 hours.
Right, yeah. And I actually, with my first, this is why I wanted everything to go my way the second time, because when we were at the hospital, I asked them, I was like, hey, do you guys do lotus births? And they were like, no, we don't do that. And I was like, okay, well, can we delay the cutting of the cord? And when I tell you, they did not respect my wishes. They cut the cord as soon as they took her out. And I was so upset. Yeah.
That's crazy, because it's so true. Lotus birth, surprisingly, like a lot of people don't know about it. And
they don't talk about it as much.
Yeah. They think you're crazy. They're like, what?
Right. Because I don't know why people don't talk about it as much. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just leaving it in just a little longer so the baby can get the nutrients.
Mm-hmm. It makes the most sense. I'm really, really happy that you did that.
Yeah.
Awesome. And she looks absolutely gorgeous. She looks beautiful. You look really good for giving birth.
Thank you.
And where can everyone find you?
I've got an Instagram. I don't even know what my name is on Instagram. I changed it. Miss Van Zant. I think it's Miss Van Zant _20. And then Ebony Van Zant on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And then Ebony Van Zant on YouTube.
Alrighty, guys. So that was Ebony. Thank you so much for answering so many unassisted birth questions and for sharing your beautiful birth with us. Like, such a pleasure and an honor to be able to witness you like being in your own, and the way you pulled your baby out, it really just brought me right back to my memories of unassisted birth. And I was just like, you did that. I'm very, very proud of you. You should be very, very proud.
Thank you. I am. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. We'll keep in touch, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Bye, Ebony.
Bye.